folks, welcome back to the Origin Summer Preview with the Dice Tower. I'm Mark, and I'm here with Lee and Tommy from Meeple Realty. One of my favorite things, game inserts. Okay guys, show us what you got.
So first of all, to get it started, this is our biggest release so far this year.
Yeah.
So I believe we are the first one to introduce the Gloomhaven insert. Basically, the aim is we are making affordable products and also at the same time try to make the setup and tear down of the game a lot easier. To whom that not familiar with the game, basically it's a scenario-based dungeon crawler with a Euro twist on it. Basically what it is like every round, every time you play a different scenario, and then you need to set up different monster, different tiles, and everything else. So the way we set it up is like, if you look at the tray, we actually have an etching on every single tiles that needed for the setup. Basically this is the terrain tile for the hexes, and then I believe this is for the different territory, and then we also have each of different monsters. So we group everything so that you can find, if you open up the scenario books, you read what monster, what tiles you need, you can exactly find it really easy. Aside from that, we also try to maintain the secrecy of the game.
Nice.
So basically we kept all of the text box in a specific tray. So all of the characters right here, you just pull it out whenever you need it. And then the same thing with the text box for the cardboard pieces and the card.
Nice.
Is you can just exactly pull it exactly where you need it. Aside from that, we also have a setup tray for all of the pieces that you need during the game.
Very nice.
So all of these status tokens, all of the damage, the HP, the money, everything is right here. And then we also have a twist where it actually a curve. I'm not sure if the camera capture it. So the curve actually allow you to pull the tokens a lot easier than the typical square edges. And on top of that, all of these actually fit inside the box, and then the box will close completely flush. So there won't be any issue with that. One last thing that I'm gonna show is the card tray. We have all of these generic card tray. One is the standard, and then the other one is for the mini. As of right now, we actually use the penny sleeves. But if you actually plan to use the premium sleeve, we also the tray can also handle it. We use the Fantasy Flight, the thicker sleeve, and it's all fit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one thing we forgot to mention, Mark, is that the best thing of this whole show here is the fact that this is $60.
Right.
So I think with a $60 price range or with $60 MSRP, the person who purchases this will get their money's worth, considering obviously the length of time it takes to take this game and set it up, and to be able to have this insert to make that setup time a little bit faster, and for $60, I think it's a great deal.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
And I was told that the setup for the game reduced significantly to like 10 minutes to set it up and then get it up going. So
That's fantastic. All right, let's see what else you got.
The next thing we got here, let's move this out of the way here, is we got Yokohama.
So this is our, we are selling the Yokohama Insert Deluxe, specifically at Origin. This is our pre-release before we actually put it on our website. So stop by our booth at 347. I believe it's right across Portal Games. So let's start it.
So this particular insert, the box sits nice and flush.
Fantastic.
And we try to make things a little bit more thematic to all our inserts to make it a little bit more immersive. As you can see, we have these boats here that hold all your components, and there's one for each side of the table. And this particular insert we call a harbor because obviously we got these boats docking in a harbor.
Yeah.
Yep. And then also we actually also put an etching with the harbor sign. I'm not sure if it's clear. And then when you open it up, it also has all of the pieces for the setup, basically like the foreign agent, and then all of this power level 5 bonus and all of this marker. And on top of that, we also leave a spot for the future mini expansion that is announced on Kickstarter. So stay tuned for that. Pretty sure it's gonna fit right here. And then the biggest thing that I found out on playing the game, we actually did play the game a few times, is the setup. I believe every time you play for each of the color, you also need to put the pieces on your warehouse. Mm-hmm. So the way we handle that is like we actually have a slot right here where you slide your player board and then basically put all of the pieces right there. And then by the time you want to play the next game, you just pull out your color and everything's ready to go. And then on top of that, I actually did start putting like all of the starting resource. So that by doing that, it's like literally ready to go to play.
So each individual player will have their own tray, which is actually pretty neat
which is
there.
great.
So again, setup time is dramatically reduced, and if you want to go ahead and explain those things there as well, here's your card tray, and all your other tiles is there as well. So what we actually tried to do is, obviously, we try to make things nice and easy for the player to go ahead and make sure everything, is set up very, very quickly, because obviously we want to play more games and spend less time trying to put the games back into the little baggies. We want to make sure everything fits nice and snug, and as you can see, we're going ahead and putting it back together again.
Yeah,
so
it's really nice.
No more baggies for you guys. It all fits nice and snug in the box like so.
It's fantastic.
And there you go.
There you go.
All right.
That's for Yokohama Deluxe.
What else did you guys bring? Oh, Ethnos.
Ethnos.
So Ethnos, I believe it's one of the more popular cool mini or not that just take the review by the storm. From watching few of the video, everybody love it. So we decided to put something real quick, simple, and ready to go as far as setup time goes. So, like usual, everything fit perfectly. The map is actually locked in with a few edges. Mm-hmm. And then you also have this setup tray. So all of your different faction trays, it's all in there. And then also the bonus for the board is also split up for like 4-player plus, and then also the rest of them. On top of that, each of the player actually has this tray that they can just pick out and whichever color they want. And then on top of that, we actually make a twist that the tray is actually interlocking, so it's not gonna move inside the box. This is the biggest one. Basically, what it is like we have a card tray that actually has the divider with all of the etching for different cards. So by taking your randomizer, you can just pick out whichever card that come out. You can just directly pick out exactly where it's at. Mm-hmm. And then the best thing of all is this tray actually fit a sleeve card. I believe the original plastic insert won't hold any sleeve card, but this one will.
Nice. And is this is a prototype right now?
This is prototype right now. It should become available in probably
about a month or so.
A month or so.
Okay, good.
Yeah. We like to show off our kind of upcoming releases, so you guys have a little something to wet your whistle there.
What else did you guys got?
All right. Let's keep the show rolling here. Lorenzo.
Oh yeah.
Lorenzo. So we actually got quite a bit of room on Lorenzo. So the way we basically kind of make it unique is like we actually come up with different configuration for the tray.
Yeah,
First of all,
sweet.
we actually have a church right there. So you just pull this out, and then right there.
Yeah.
On top of that, we also have a hidden tray at the bottom, which is for the character tray.
All right, what else do we have in here?
Okay. And then we have a little case here that holds most of the resources. We have a little hinge there, and it kind of holds everything nice and neat, and it's got a little kind of a chest there. Okay.
Yep.
Pull it out. Yep.
And then on top of that, because the game is a dice game, so we decided to come up with our dice tower right there. So
nice.
Even though the dice tower looks quite small, it actually handles this big dice.
Very nice.
So
that's fantastic.
And then on top of that, we also have.
There's a lot going on in this box.
Yeah, I love that you guys put all these gadgets in.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
So this is the setup card for 4 different regions, 3 different levels. So the way we decided to do it is like you take this lid and then you set it down, and then you push it down. There you go. It's actually have a lifting mechanism with the screw on the side. It actually pushes it up with the lids.
That's fantastic.
So now it actually you can set it up right in next to the board, and then
access.
For an easy access, and then everybody know which level are you at right now, and then that should be good to go. And then on top of that, we also have a setup tray where you actually have different player pieces. And then it also has a hidden compartment where you actually set up, pick out your bonus right there.
Very nice.
That should cover everything for Lorenzo.
So everything has its place.
Yeah, everything has its place. Very nice. So is this again is a...
This is not a prototype.
Okay.
Yeah, give it about a month or so before this is released.
Okay, cool.
And we like to show you things we're working on as well.
Yes.
And I'm sure fans of Zaya will be very, very happy.
I'm a little bit excited about this one.
So this is still in like the research and development phase at the present moment, but we'd love to show you what we have so far. So this is for Zaya.
Keep in mind, it still have plastic bags. We are working like probably halfway, I would say like at least 30 to 40% done.
Okay.
The way it works is like we actually have the planet pieces. It's all fit, and keep in mind we are trying to fit everything with the expansion, the upcoming expansion. We actually work directly with Cody to get all of this set up, and he's nice enough to basically make our product to be licensed products. And then you see all of that, basically it's an easy pull out for all the tiles. And then on top of that, we know that there's multiple different ship level. So you have level 1, level 2, and then level 3.
Nice.
And then you basically, this is actually hinged, so you can actually pull it up and set it right next to the table.
Yeah, that's very slick.
And then we also managed to fit all of the cards, the sleeve card with all of the etching. So you can actually see exactly where everything at. As far as, and then this might be something that I'm gonna change, but we'll see. We actually has like 3 different layer spaceship tiles where you can actually pull this up. It's a little bit harder right now, but this is level 2, and then you can pull it up for the level 3. But
awesome.
that's something that I still need to work on.
It's still one of those things that we're working on, but I think that we'll get the creases straightened out. But as you can see, we like to showcase the game.
Absolutely.
And the cool parts to it. And I think this little mechanism here, where the little bay doors open to get the ships out, is a nice little feature.
It's just so cool.
Yeah.
So this is in development right now. You don't really have a release date or...
Right, no release date as of yet.
What is it? What's the time like for developing something like this?
I believe I spent maybe, I don't know, this is like a bigger one, so I would say like 3-4 weeks to develop one.
Yeah.
But
it's pretty quick actually.
Yes, it depends too. Like for example, like Ethnos, it's actually got it done in like overnight.
Wow.
So
that's impressive.
Yeah, we try to make sure that the customer has the opportunity to buy it when they want to buy it. So even though sometimes it feels that our release dates are a little bit far, we make sure we kind of we get it to the market as quickly as possible.
Right. Well, that's fantastic. Thanks, guys, for stopping by today.
Yeah,
really
thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
us.
No problem.
All right, folks, stay tuned for more coverage.
All right, hey guys, welcome back to the Q&A table. I'm here with Lee and Tommy from Meeple Realty, and they just showed off a lot of eye-busting things and brain-blowing things, and you guys have definitely fired off some questions. So let's go ahead and get to them. First of all, what kind of wood do you guys use?
The wood that we typically use is 1/8-inch Baltic birch. It's a plywood, so I believe it's the best quality out there for the affordable price.
Yeah.
I know there's multiple different one, but we like this particular one in particular because we can actually sand it down, and then people can actually stain it different color.
Okay.
I mean, there's some other one like MDF. It's more of the technical side, but MDF you cannot really stain it. And then also what we noticed early on is like those wood actually, when it's fray, it's actually like split like pretty bad. But for the plywood, it's actually pretty durable for what it is.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
I've seen some of our customers actually stain the wood, and it's beautiful.
Okay.
So if those individuals want to take that extra step to make their games even more beautiful, staining is definitely the way to go.
That actually leads into another question that, another gamut of questions actually that were leveled against you guys. and that it had to deal with customization. When they purchase from you guys, I mean, there was questions about can they be purchased where you guys stain them? Can different fonts be used? All of that kind of stuff. What's the level of customization that you guys offer for the customer?
As of right now, we are trying to streamline our product, so we are trying to limit the customization at this point.
Okay.
I mean, after they purchase the product, if they want to stamp it like basically hot stamp the wood, it's fine. But I mean, as far as like customization on our part, we typically try to minimize it because we're trying to streamline it, so we actually have a more efficient product.
Got it.
What is called the production time. Because if it takes longer to produce it, then the cost gonna go back to the customer.
Right.
Because,
but you know, obviously, to answer those questions, we never want to leave any doors closed.
Yeah.
You know, as time goes by, it might be something that we might be going on into because there is, as you know, a large demand for it.
Right.
And so, as of right now, as Tommy was saying, you know, we're not like looking into that. But again, that's something maybe we can kind of look into in the near future. So for those who want customization, kind of stay tuned.
Cool. All right, sounds good.
and something to add on that, we actually has like pick up like a custom projects. For example, like we actually did one for the Easter egg hunts for one of the university. We actually come up with like most affordable. Like I think they order like 200 of them, and we actually get it done, and they're quite happy with it. And then we see a couple of the picture. The teacher promised us to send a few of the picture on our website, and then we'll post it on social media. So it's pretty cool to see like our product is actually the kids actually color them and then like basically draw on them. So that's pretty nice.
That is cool. All right. So in your opinion, this is a little bit of a heavy hitter, but in your opinion, what makes your inserts better than anybody else's?
Well, I mean, simply enough, I mean, obviously, the customers that we have are very, what's the word I'm looking for, dedicated to their games. I mean, we're trying to make sure that our inserts have a certain flair, certain panache, certain kind of customization to it, so that when they pick up the insert, it's just not an organizer. There's something to it. There's just something more to it. So when they pick it up, it's something that they can talk about on the table while it's out there. So that's what we try to shoot for. That's what we try to aim for. And we find that almost all our products, pretty much all our products, have that special quality. So that when somebody looks at it, hey, where did this come from? It's just something else to bring people to the table together.
Yeah, exactly. There were a lot of comments while you guys were over there talking about how you know, the church and the different ships and all that, the ship depot and all that kind of stuff for Zaya.
Absolutely. So definitely take pride in that.
It's definitely resonating. It's definitely resonating. So a couple other things here. How are the Yokohama inserts selling here at the show? There was one of the guys can't be here until tomorrow. And he wants to know if he's going to be able to pick one up tomorrow.
We can't guarantee anything.
Better work that out, man. All right.
But don't worry, we're actually gonna have it on our website. That's one of the more finished product that we make sure we have enough to carry over for Origin, and then right after we will try to stock it up so we can actually start selling it on the website. And just FYI for everybody that wondering, so Yokohama will go up first, and then either Ethnos or Lorenzo will go up next. So we will make sure Yokohama go first, and then the prototype one will need some more finishing work, and then that should be ready to go. Okay,
so I know you guys mentioned that it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to design an insert. How much thought, how much of that process is devoted to making sure that there's going to be enough room for expansions?
That's one of the first questions we asked ourselves. One of the biggest culprits of that is Fantasy Flight. So it's one of those situations where when we make an insert, we always have that in the back of our head.
It's got to be a headache.
It is a headache.
You get one of their games, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's one of those things you're going to have to balance the creativity and the practicality.
Right.
And so sometimes we go more on the creativity side, sometimes we go more on the practicality side.
Right.
But we always have that question in the back of our head. There's probably going to be an expansion for this game later on, so we need to take that into account. So, you know, it's always in the back of our head, and we always try to plan around it, but obviously we don't know the future, and we can just kind of plan as we plan. So, but yeah.
That's cool.
And one thing to add on that is like we are to the benefit of our customer and ourselves, we basically try to reach out to the publisher to make sure it's like, hey, if we can work together and then figure out like what kind of expansion do they have. I mean, like basically it's not necessary to be like final information. We just try to figure out like, hey, what kind of components are you gonna add? I mean, if it's just card, it's easy to handle. If it's like cardboard and stuff, if they don't have size, then there's nothing much we can do.
Got it. So you actually, maybe on the front end, you're almost proactive in talking with the publisher first.
Yep.
And trying to establish that communication.
Yep.
All right, cool. Let's see. Can you store the Yokohama insert vertically without pieces falling out?
Yes. I mean, we ship our products here like in a crate, so it's
there you go.
It's shoveled everywhere. So I mean, it stay in place. I mean, there might be one or two pieces shoveling around, but it's not. It's like pretty much everything stay in place.
Okay. Now, I don't.
And sorry to cut you short, but almost every single one of our product can actually store vertically.
Okay.
I mean, even Gloomhaven can be stored vertically, but I don't know if a lot of people gotta do that. It's like 25 pounds. So
roll the
Exactly.
So, all right. Now, I don't want to step on any proprietary feet.
Sure.
But the question was asked, what kind of software do you use to design your inserts?
We use a lot of the 3D CAD, so like SketchUp, and then like there's like Inventor. There's a lot of different things. There's not really a favorite one at this point. We're just testing out different software.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, my background is engineering. Okay. So I was taught in school like for 4 years. Okay. And then basically it's come to nature, like whichever software we use, it's fine. And then Lee is actually a doctor. Okay. So, and then, but he's a laser technician before, right? Cool.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm the stupidest person at this table. No, that's exactly what I just heard.
When you see our student loans, you're the smartest table.
All right.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. Will you guys be at Dice Tower Con? Somebody asked that question.
Not this year because we have a few family things going on later this year.
Okay.
A good thing, not a bad thing, but
true.
There's a few things coming up that we also gotta skip Gen Con.
Oh, really? Okay.
It just worked out that way.
All right, maybe next year then.
Absolutely.
All right, and then finally, how long does it typically take to build one of your average inserts? I know it'll vary based on the size of the game and how many different pieces, but generally speaking.
I would say, I mean, like the smaller one, it will be taking like 30 to 45 minutes. Yep. And then on average, like the bigger one, there might be an average on an hour. But obviously it depends on like how practical your building skill is. It's like almost like a building Lego. Right. I mean, like we have a pretty clear instruction. We make sure we actually test it for a few different people, and then like if we have a comments back saying that like, hey, there's a mistake in here, we try to fix it as quickly as possible. So I mean, I think on average it's about an hour-ish.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, depending on the insert and depending on the complexity of the build, that'll depend on certain things. But if you've built inserts before, if you have the necessary tools like a hobby hammer, which I highly recommend, makes the building process so much easier. It's almost like you're kind of building one of those little, like Tommy was saying, like a Lego set. So our instructions are clear enough so that I think that somebody with a moderate level of building skill can complete something in about an hour or so.
Okay.
So,
all right, cool.
And something to add on that is our design is also, we design it so it have an offset where the joint actually interlocking to each other. So I mean, like we try our best to make sure when you actually put it together, you don't need to use glue. I mean, like if you look at our instruction, it recommended to have glue around just in case if the joint come loose for during production or something, you can fix it. But for the most part, myself actually put two together for the show, like because we have few things that come loose, but it's literally I don't need glue at all.
That's cool. All right, that's good, and that's probably a really good thing for them because glue can get messy.
Yes, it can.
I know by experience. All right, well, thank you, Tommy, and thank you, Lee, for stopping by. We appreciate it. Thank you guys for your questions. We're going to send it back over to Mark here in a few moments. Thanks for staying tuned.